Save game. If I could press start, save game, and then restart this whole journey with a different philosophy, different idea, and then compare the following 900 plus days with the first 900 days, man, I would be happy with that. I play video games. I've played video games for a very long time. And this is what I do. I've replaced video games now with this, what you guys are seeing here. Weightlifting, strength training, squatting, deadlifting, benching, overhead pressing, you name it. That's what I do now. The only trouble is I can't hit save and I can't restart the game and then do something else. Sometimes I play a video game for, 2-3 months with a specific idea, specific focus. I want to do this in the video game. And then after I progress the character, the video game to like level 20, 30, 40, 50, I discover something, a mechanic part of the game which I didn't know before. And then I restart the game with this new information and I gear all my stuff towards that particular mechanic, that particular idea, and I see the effects from start to finish. This is what I do. This is what I've done with scarring specifically. That's all I do. This is why I played scarring for the last 10 years. It allows you, this video game allows you to express whatever you want to do. You can play whatever you want to do. Sometimes I play bow only. I'm just going to run around and do bows, sneak and bow. Then I go sneak and sword. Then I go shield and sword. And each time I kind of do a specific thing. I try to push the boundaries. Okay, I'm going to go light armor, heavy armor, blah, 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 blah. This is what I do now with weightlifting. And now that I'm in this fantastic groove right now, after 900 plus days, I've worked something out, a particular thing, a particular mechanic. These mechanics, these codes that govern this game, I kind of get a feel for them. I never wrote the damn game. I never wrote anything. But after so much exposure, after 10 years of exposure from this video game, I now have a feel of what these codes will be, gearing towards. I know what the weighing of the game is between different things for the game. This is basically what we do when we're weightlifting. I've spent so much time with weightlifting that I kind of have an understanding of what the mechanics are behind this thing, behind my body, behind weightlifting, between positions. I have a feeling. And I just now wish if I could hit, start, save game, and then load up a brand new game, still having that save game in the back, saved, start up a new one with this in effect from get-go. High repetition bodyweight squats, high repetitions, very, very lightweight squats, like 30% of the max. Push it to reps of 30, 40, 50. Touch heavy singles daily. Do your deadlifts for heavy singles and see what 900 days of that does. I would love that. Trouble is, there is no save game. There is no load game. There is no second take. It is literally, it keeps on going. Time keeps going. Everything around you changes. You can't control for anything. I'm now 33. Back when I first started training, I was 25. So my body has changed regardless of me training or not. I've changed as a human being. It's been like 8 years since I've started this. My body's different. What do they say? After 7 years, your whole entire body is brand new. All the cells, all the tissues have now completely replenished and recycled and all that. You don't have a cell that is 8 years old. It's all kind of like, how would I say, reborn or remade, I guess. Every cell has a life cycle, right? I wish I could do that with weightlifting as well, but I can't. But what I can do is study these mechanics, these things that I feel on the fly and change things on the fly. There is no perfecting the game. I can't go back with all of this information back when I was 25 and go. Man, if I had that opportunity to go back and to understand what I understand now, to have the experience that I have now, man, I mean, this hip problem wouldn't be like a year and a half problem that I would have intermittently. It would be like literally a week, maybe a couple of days problem. I would just hit the nail on the head. I know exactly what's going on, bang, done. I would know when I was doing the Milk and Squats program initially, this is it. I would just run it from day one. Lots and lots and lots of super light weight reps. Just hammer it. This is where my body thrives. This is where my body rewards me with new strength. This is the path forward. So this is kind of the weird thing about setting PRs or progressing. It's almost like you feel sad that you didn't discover this, you didn't work this out beforehand. It's like time wasted. But when you're in the pit of trying to work it out, nothing is working, you're falling apart, you're not even worried about lost time because you haven't worked out the answer. You're still digging for the answer. But when you finally hit that gold, with that pick, and you hear that ding, you're like, damn, why didn't I start digging here first? Why did I dig up 100 square meters, all around? Why didn't I start here? I wish I started here. I wish I had this information. I wish I knew this when I was younger. This is kind of what I love about video games, and this is kind of what I love about, life, through a kind of slightly different lens, because there's no reload, there's no load, there's no new game. It's always you. The one thing that I look forward to though is, I have kids, and I might not do anything fantastic, but I feel if they ever choose to do something along these lines, I have something to offer. I have trial and error underneath my belt, this experience. I know what my legs want, my knees, hips. I know certain ideas, and if my son was experiencing hip pain and he describes it kind of like what I experienced it, I would be like, man, try this, try this. That's what excites me, to be a resource for somebody else. All right. And that feels good, man. It feels good that some of you guys message me and you're like, I've got this and this, and I'm like, do this. And then like I hear back a few weeks later or a month later, like, man, you really set me in the right direction, man. Thank you for that. And I'm like, yes, feels good, man. Because eventually we're all going to hit some sort of wall. You might start today, right? And in a year and a half, 2 years, you're ahead of me in terms of your journey. You're stronger. You have better potential. But then you're going to hit some sort of a ceiling or some sort of a roadblock, and then you're going to have to kind of work that out for yourself. And then eventually when I hit that same wall, you might tell me, this is what's going on. It's just like, you increase everyone's knowledge around you because of just community, and everyone gets elevated. Imagine if you have 5 people hitting the same wall at the same time. That's 5 brains dealing with the same thing. It's a lot better than one. This is what Louis Simmons said about training partners. 2 brains are better than 1. We can sit there and discuss. It's kind of like, I have no idea about any of this, man. I'm the last person, but what I understand about cryptocurrency, these computers mining crypto, whatever the hell is going on now, it's kind of like the more computing power you have, the more people you have, the more computers you have mining for this stuff, the better you get at it. The more solutions you find to this code or whatever it is. I'm not somebody that understands this at all, but 2 computers are better than 1. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is, strength in numbers. 10 years is better than 5 years of experience. It's kind of one of those things. But I'm sitting here on the couch and I'm thinking to myself, man, there's a lot of similarities in my approach across my life, man. It's kind of like, maybe this is like another little piece of the puzzle in terms of you guys trying to understand me, what I do. I'm not necessarily about the video game. Like, I don't want to just finish the video game. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the journey of playing the video game. This is something that a lot of you guys might roll your eyes and be like, come on, man. I'll tell you, man, I have never finished the game of Skyrim. Think about that. I've played it for 10 years. On and off, obviously. So I'm not like a hardcore gamer now at all, but there was a time where I was playing it like crazy, right? But I've never finished it. Never finished it. I was never about the destination. I don't want it to finish. I just want to play it, you know, get to a certain level, and I'm like, oh man, can I run this thing again, but tweak it a little bit. And then it's almost like I relive the same scenarios, relive the same levels, the same challenges of the video game, but I have like acquired information of being there before. And it's kind of like you do that and you kind of play around different things. And it's not so much about refining the character. It's just about exploring the game, because you can play so many different ways. You know, and then you work out what you like, what you don't like. And you basically, like I said to you before, you work out what the coding behind the game is through just playing it so many times. You know, I don't know what the analogy to that is, but it's kind of like you can't see, but you've been feeling these walls for so long that you can basically picture what it looks like, because you've felt every single like square inch of that damn wall. You can't see it, but you got a picture in your head because you've been feeling this wall for so long. That's what I feel like this weightlifting is. You know, I've done all the reps, I've done all the approaches, the different ideas. I know what narrow stance, wide stance. I know front squat, back squat, this way, that way. I know big warm up, no warm up, like so many different things. You name it, I've done it in the last 900 days. And I'm like, I have a pretty good feel of what this body needs, you know, and where I thrive, where I'm most happiest, where my mood is the best after what type of a training session. You know, when I was doing like 10 singles at 170, man, I'm not in a happy mood. I just feel tired. I lose my appetite. I'll do one set of 50 with 60 kilos. I'm there like vacuuming the damn house for food. I'm happy. I'm energetic. I feel like I'm just a happier person to be around. Like my flesh, my tissue has circulated blood. You know, it's not just being hammered to the ground, you know, by heavy weight singles. It's just a better existence. As I'm seeing this right now, the deadlift, you know, today I did something that I haven't thought about deadlifting before, and that's getting really close, getting my shins really close to the bar, you know. So I've spent some time with having the bar closer to my toes, kind of like position. Now I'm getting really close to my shins. You're always kind of changing because the body changes, right? Like your body's always in flux. I put on a few kilos. You know, I'm much more muscular than when I was maybe like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So you're always kind of fine tuning. You're always kind of looking for these answers, for these things. That to me is the fun in all of this. And you might be completely different. You might be all about sprinting to that end game. You want to finish, you want to kill the boss. That's all it is. And then you shut that game up and you walk away. And you've done that in 3 days. I'm different, man. I'm so different. I want the journey. I want to understand. I want to like go through every single side quest. I want to understand the politics of the game, the lore of the game. I want to understand what this guy's about, that guy's about. I want to like understand everything. I don't want to just run through the pack, you know, get my stuff and just kill the main boss and that's it. That's no joy to me. That's me, and this is what I love about the way I train as well. I want to understand. It's not enough for me to just next week hit 250 on the squat and that's it. I want to know why, what part of which rep, what was the thinking, what was the process, what was I eating, what was I thinking, how far was I sleeping, what was happening at work, what was happening in my life. I want to know everything. What was the weather, that's me. And maybe it's a little bit too much for you to understand, like why I am the way I am, but you know, this is how I approach these things. This is what makes me tick. And some of you guys, you know, criticize me, man, what the hell, man? You've been doing this for 60 million years, you've been squatting every single day and you're still weak. Man, I've been playing Skyrim for 10 years, I still haven't finished it, dude. 10 years. I don't want to finish it. I'm planning to do this until I'm 90. Or until I can still walk and do my thing. I'm not, like, there's no sprint. What is the end product? Okay, you're listening to me, you're criticizing me for my approach. Let me ask you this. Are you gonna get the world record? You're not. I can tell you that. You're not. You're not. There's one in like, I don't know, 100 million people that's gonna get a world record, right? And the chances are it's not you. So whether you are squatting 230 or like me 210, it doesn't really matter, man. Or 240, does not matter. That's the realization I've come. Most of us are not going to do jack shit in this. So just enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Are you going to be a better man if you squat 40 kilos more than right now? You're going to be a better man. You're not, mate. I'm guaranteeing you, you're not. Are you better than the next guy over? No, you're not. We're all in the journey. We're all living. We're all going to go to a 6-foot hole eventually. It's all about the way you look at things, man. That's why it's not about the destination. The destination is freaking death, man. Why are you racing to that shit? Why are you doing that? Think about what's happening right now. Kiss your family. Enjoy right now. Don't think, oh, in 6 months' time, I'm going to have this much money. I'm going to drive this car. I'm going to be in this new house. I'm going to have a promotion. Mate, you're still going to be in the same body, in the same existence. I'm telling you, man, all this shit is different. I've had a few cars in my life. I've had this Evo. I've had a few S15s. And I remember the feeling the first time getting it. Man, that shit wears off after a week, man. After 2 weeks, it does not feel the same. After 3 years of driving the Evo, 4 years, I'm like, whatever, man. It's just a freaking car. That's like what everything is in life, man. Don't sprint to the destination. Enjoy what's happening now. That's my lesson to you. That's what I want to teach people around me. It's not about the destination. Shit is not going to get any better 5 years' time. Because in 5 years' time, you're going to have a different body, a different mind, different everything, different environment. And who knows? You might get that promotion, $200,000 more, but you're, I don't know, in a different setting of life and you have other worries. You're always going to have worries, man. Whether you squat 210 or 250 or 300, you're still living the same life as me, man. You know? That's why I approach life for the journey of it. It's not about the destination. Couldn't give a shit about that. Because we're all going to the same damn place. None of us are getting out of this shit alive. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the comments, the Patreons. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.